Let's see. Last day, pitchers and catchers only. Getting some of the rest of the crew here. Most of the guys have already been here, but seeing the last couple kind of report today, get their physicals for tomorrow. Really excited to kind of officially be underway tomorrow with everybody. And, I think the camp that we've had so far has been outstanding, and yesterday was no exception. I think, getting a chance to see Troy Taylor out there, getting a chance to see Sloaney out there throwing the ball like he did. Both those guys threw the ball very well, and just feel like all the work ethic has been good. The concentration's been good, and we've gotten some good things accomplished here in the early part, and definitely more to come.
And with the World Baseball Classic, coming up, a lot of guys are going to be going this way and that way. What's the schedule going to be like? And going to have an opportunity to see a lot of the kids get more playing time?
Yeah, we've done a good job. Hats off to the training staff and the HP staff to kind of put together the programs. Kind of have to tailor them individually so guys are ready to go, and we've kind of mapped out games, and I think we feel pretty confident that our guys will be ready to go, so that's good. And yeah, I think the silver lining is that we have a lot of prospects in our organization that are going to get a chance to be seen and get opportunities here in spring training that maybe they wouldn't have, or they maybe wouldn't have gotten as many. And so I think that's a really cool thing, and I'm looking forward to that part of it when we start playing games.
It's made for some pretty electric live BPs, would you say?
Yeah, no doubt. And we've, like I said, the work ethic's been good. These guys that are in the WBC are eager to get in there and see some pitches and take some swings, and the young guys, some of the young prospects on the mound. We saw Cade yesterday or the day before, and then Ryan Sloan yesterday. These guys are bringing it, and for a young pitcher to step on the mound, for the first time in a big league camp, and Cal Raleigh's the first hitter you face coming off of 60 homers. That's quite a deal.
Were you out there for Sloan yesterday?
Yeah.
What was your reaction to just the pure stuff that he was showing?
Yeah, I mean, the stuff was outstanding. 99, I think he was hitting, and a good cutter, a good sweeper. I mean, I think, again, just the thing that's impressed me, and the thing that impressed me about Cade the other day was just, these guys are young, but they come out there and they don't look like it. You wouldn't know that, and so that really shows me that these guys are ready to be here, and that's a great sign.
We just talked to Colt, speaking of another young guy. It seems like he has such grounded perspective about his path to the big leagues, the track that he's on now, and the words that he says is not getting too far ahead of himself. Just how valuable can it be for a 20-year-old who does have a lot of talent, who does come with a lot of pedigree, to carry that perspective?
I think it's everything. I think he's a guy that I see. He's in my mind is sort of cut out of the Naylor cloth. He's got that intensity in him. He's got that desire to win, and he's going to bring that wherever he goes. And I think the thing that's impressive about him is that's a very mature kind of attitude, and we talk about it in our organization is be where your feet are planted, and I think with him, he understands that if it's in Seattle, he will flourish. If it's in Tacoma, he'll flourish, and it doesn't really matter for him where he's at. He's going to bring himself every single day, and he's going to compete at a top level every single day. And of course, I'm sure he hopes it's Seattle, but at the same time, he's wherever he's planted, he's going to give his best every day, and that's a very mature perspective.
And it seems like we talked to someone, we talked to Kay, we talked to Cole, all these guys. One, they're mature kids by nature, but it does seem like they've embraced your player development philosophy of all of this, like not just about going out and taking hacks or getting in your work, like the thinking aspect of it, and being a teammate and all this stuff. They really seem to preach it. I mean, how big is that for you when they come in like this?
Yeah,
they prepare right.
Yeah, it's everything. And we joke about Yogi and his games. What did he say? 90% mental, the other half's physical. But it is. I mean, this game is really between the years, and I think you're not in this place unless you can physically handle it. And I think the difference maker is what happens up here. And whether it's being a good teammate, whether it's the perspective you take when you go onto the field or take the mound, those are the things that I think you can really have a big impact on, and it's great to hear that those guys are open to that and want more of that, and because I think that's the important stuff. And we've seen how much we had a great team on the field last year physically, but what happened in the clubhouse, the way they came together, that's the stuff that really made for the magical season. And I think that's what these guys can feel and they pick up on, and that's what makes this group special.
You mentioned Troy's outing yesterday. You saw him, when you first came in, and you saw what he could be his rookie season, where he was really good. And then last year he had the lat injury and just never seemed to get on track. How important would it be for you to get him back to where he was? He's got flexibility too, with some options. Like, your bullpen doesn't have a lot of that. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's huge. We talk about depth. We talked about it a couple of days ago, just having more depth, and that's huge. I think number one, depth breeds competition in spring training, and that makes everybody better. But also on the other hand, like, we used 31 pitchers last year. Thanks, Alex. He picked that up for me. But you use 31 pitchers. You realize that that's almost every pitcher in that clubhouse, and so you need guys, from top to bottom, and it's important that everybody's ready. So to see that from Troy, to know that you have depth, to know that there are guys out there ready to perform and do their thing, it's huge. And to get through a season and have the success that we want to have, that's what it's going to take.
Dan, it looks like your ball club is pretty well set going into the season. Where are the biggest battles, to get ready for opening day?
Yeah, I mean, I think number one, staying healthy is the battle for sure. Especially with WBC and all the things that are out there this year. But that's the main priority, is making sure we stay healthy and that these guys are prepared to play. But you're right. There aren't a lot of holes in our lineup. There aren't a lot of holes in our club, and we'll just see how spring training plays out. I think we'll begin to see where those areas start to develop, the holes that there are, but there aren't many. And I think that's what's really exciting, is to see, just like we say with depth on the pitching side, the lineup that we have could be pretty deep, and that's exciting to think about.
Second base, you got a lot of kids, for that opportunity. Brian Bliss.
Yep.
Was your starting second baseman last year, and you got Cole Young, Cole Emerson. Just got to go out there. Go on, kids.
Yeah,
go play and see how it plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's, as we talk about WBC and the opportunities that'll be available, I think that's great, and a chance for some of these guys to open it up a little bit and see what they can do.
Where do you, like, in your Cactus League games with Cole, especially because he plays shortstop, because he's worked at second, you guys want to give him some time at third. How much do you have a breakdown of how much innings you want to see at each position? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the keys to our team has been versatility and being flexible and being able to play different positions. And I think we're encouraging that with all those younger guys that we mentioned. To be able to play different spots, and we see in Brendan Donovan, and that's what he does. He can play different spots. He can play in the outfield if necessary. Having that versatility in some of those spots is huge, and again, just creates more depth, creates more of a deep lineup, and so we're gonna try to get guys as much work as we can in as many different spots as we can. Knowing that you just don't know what's down the pike, and you need to be prepared for whatever comes your way.
Could you see Colt going from multiple positions in the same Cactus League game? Maybe not early, but just in general.
I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. I think in terms of seeing where guys fit and depending on how things develop as to like, what the team might look like or what the roster might look like, who needs more playing time. I mean, there's a lot of things to consider, but I mean, I think he's going to play all over the field, and as will some of the other guys that we have, and that's what makes spring training and this time of year so fun.
What feels different for you now that it's your second full season, coming spring training? What was compared to last year and now this year?
It feels pretty similar, but I think just knowing what to expect a little bit more helps, and everything isn't new, so to speak. So I think that's a helpful thing. But obviously, with some of the different aspects of this spring training, it's kind of new in a way, because we've never been through I've never been through a WBC, that kind of thing, and so that proposes new challenges. But Just having deeper relationships with these guys and understanding the players a little bit more is helpful. I think so. In some ways, it's a little bit easier, but always challenges ahead.
And how would you describe Josh Naylor's daily workout attire?
He's awesome. I love it. I just love that he likes to celebrate other players, other greatness, and it's pretty cool that he recognizes that and likes to have fun with it. And I think we all know, he embodies what it means to be a winner, what it means to be a guy that is a gamer, and to have a little fun with that at the same time, I think is awesome.
Seems to coordinate with the shoes.
He's got it going. I love it.
You're not gonna get him a Minnesota hockey jersey or
Ooh,
something like
that's
that.
a good idea.
He's got all these jerseys. It's like,
He's awesome. He's dialed, no doubt, and it's fun. He brings a lot of fun, and that's what you need in a long season.
When you go back with him to the day of the trade, the day after, when he joins you guys in Anaheim, and for the first week or so, it seemed like he was a little more quiet, a little more reserved, kind of just trying to fit in. Did you know that he had this type of boisterous personality? He's chirping at Cal during live BP. It just seems like he's meshed really well. Obviously, it takes some time to do that, but you know that he has this type of personality.
I mean, of course, not knowing Josh from afar, you know him as a player, you know him what he means in a lineup, but you don't know too much about him as a player. But I will say that I've never seen a player come and sort of be ingratiated to a group of fans and players so quickly. It just seems like that means it's such a good fit for him, and he's able to be himself, and that's awesome. I mean, I think that's one of the things we talk about with all of our guys is playing to what their identity is, and this is Josh, and it's fun, and it's serious at the same time, and that's what being a competitor is all about.
What do you think about Brian's decision not to pitch in the World Baseball Classic? He said, I want to get ready for the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, you want to leave these decisions up to each guy, and I totally respect either way that you go. And, I think coming off of the injury that he had late and the season going so late, I think, in terms of a starter, that's a difficult decision. And I'm glad, that he's decided to do what he did. And I think he's well on his way to being prepared here for this year.